I'm curious if you could, describe to me what you imagine when you think about your audience. Like, who do you think it is?
Dude, she's like, our audience is like 50 people, dude.
Like, from where I'm sitting, I feel like you're speaking kind of this populist left online, but I don't know if that's totally accurate or not.
I don't know if that's totally accurate. I think that I've personally gone through some serious changes in my political identity in recent years. I would say it began in 2022, and I'm still continuing to evolve because I realized that a lot of my deeply held political beliefs were flawed, right? I wasn't thinking about things in a more nuanced and, quite honestly, fair way. And so I started speaking against some of the, I guess, extremities on the left that some did not appreciate. And so the audience has been changing as a result of that.
Dude, did you see how carefully she fucking said that right there? She was like, so I, had a revelation. I got really resentful of this guy named Hassan. And I watched him just fucking skyrocket while I was watching a dwindling audience and having to wake up every day saying, welcome to Polymarket Studios, right? Dude, oh shit. Bro, that's funny. Dude, it's all about like the homeless guy and the bonus hole, right? That's really what it is. He could just say, so how did you evolve? And she could say, homeless guy, bonus hole. And he'd be like, all right, next question. Why don't you guys have any audience left? Homeless guy, bonus hole. Dude, who do you resent more than anything? She'd be like, Emma Vigeland and bonus hole. Dude, all right, thank you for that extremely informative interview. In closing, Anna, would you mind saying hi? Welcome to Polymarket Studios. May I take your order?
You find a way to piss everybody off
when
you don't kind of get in the one camp or the other, and then you lose people collectively. I wanted to ask you about the evolution, though. You said on your show and in some media appearances that you feel like you're moving away from strictly being on the left and identifying more as independent or unaligned. When you think about like the core principles that anchor your politics now, what comes to mind for you?
Fairness, I would say. Fairness and justice and honesty, right?
Dude,
I've gotten
fairness and justice and honesty. But like, dude, those are her core principles. But like, what does that even mean, bro? You know what I mean? Like fairness? Dude, what does fairness mean? We live in a capitalist world. There is no such thing as fairness in this world. This world is a manipulated like fucking inside job. Like fairness doesn't even exist. You know what I mean? Justice, right? She pulls out like the most cliched generalizations that have no actual tangible political value, right? Like fairness, like the MAGA thinks, putting a gun to the head of immigrants and dragging them out kicking and screaming. MAGA thinks that's fair and just and honest. Like, bro, like she's pulling out these fucking like weaselly concepts that have no actual tangible political meaning, bro. Oh my God, dude, that, what she's basically saying? She's basically saying, well, I just want to be able to say whatever I want without pushback. And I want to like get some of that Hassan Piker money as well.
To a point where I can suss out inauthentic BS, and I can't stand it.
Dude, she says she can suss out inauthentic, right? She can smell it. Inauthentic BS. She can suss it out and like, man, I just don't want to be around it. Dude, look at that. Look at what's on screen. This is her fucking business partner. This is her fucking commentary partner. So she is on a podcast with the woman who was pro-Biden for years, like covered up his mental faculties after the debate. The night of the debate, she was defending Biden, when the whole world knew he was done. Then she switched to pro-Kamala until the day of the election. Then she flipped and said, I'm an immigrant. I've hated the way the Democrats have handled immigration. I love Trump. And now she spits out George Soros tropes, okay, on the stage for PBD. This woman would lick any boot in the house for a promise of money, okay? She has no integrity. She's phony. She's fake. She's a liar. She spreads harmful tropes. She's a bullshit artist. And Anna just told us, like, I can suss out inauthentic people. And it's like, you're a fucking liar, Anna. You're a liar because you literally hang out with the most inauthentic, money-grubbing, grifter, phony-ass people on the planet. That's like, you have hitched your star to these fuckers, right? And you're going to tell us that you, like, let's watch her again, bro. Look at her. Tell us, Anna, about your integrity here.
Fine for you.
Fairness, I would say. Fairness and justice and honesty, right? I've gotten to a point where I can suss out inauthentic BS and I can't stand it. I want nothing to do with it. And I also don't like partisan rot. I don't like anyone who's partisan brain. Like, it's not that I don't like them as a person. Engaging with them on political issues is just a fruitless effort because they're going to cheer.
She's like, I like doing George Soros tropes with people who used to be Biden's biggest supporters, but then flipped to Trump 4 hours after the election was won.
For their tribe, no matter what. I mean, a perfect example, I don't know if you're familiar with Graham Plattner, who's
of course, yeah.
So look, guy had a Nazi tattoo for 20 years. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to defend that. I'm not buying this excuse of like, okay, even if I take at face value, he accidentally got a Nazi tattoo 20 years ago.
And nobody told him about it for the last 20 years.
Well, he found out around 10 years ago that it was a Nazi tattoo. But like, if I found out I had a Nazi tattoo accidentally, which would never happen, but let's say that happened. Second, I find out, oh my God, this is a Nazi tattoo, I'm removing it. Or
see, here's the thing though that's interesting is while I might say, you know, I understand looking at Graham Plattner and putting the tattoo and shit and having that be important to you. I get that, right? I get that. I feel I have similar feelings about the Nazi tattoos or lying about being a working class person. But here's what I don't get though, guys, is her lack of consistency. Because if she wants to look at Graham Plattner and talk about his Nazi tattoo, fine, you're allowed to do that. But then you don't get to sit at a table and tell Tucker Carlson that you think he would make a great president, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with the Graham Plattner fucking Nazi tattoo line, but what I don't like is how she applies one sense of integrity to the progressive people, and then when she sits in front of Tucker Carlson, all of a sudden she has a whole different set of integrity, right? Like Graham Plattner's bad for that Nazi tattoo, but then she's like, Nick Fuentes is really making sense here, guys, right? She's like, oh, those progressives, they're being so like extreme. Oh, Tucker, I think you would be my favorite presidential candidate ever, right? I mean, that is a very bizarre set of like value system where, going back to her, how fairness and justice and all that esoteric shit is so important. There doesn't seem to be a lot of fairness or justice or even consistency with how she lenses both sides of the political discussion, man. She looks at the progressive lens with intolerance and disdain, and she looks at the MAGA lens with like, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm here for you to win me over, right? And that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. You know, I mean, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think the reason why she likes Lindy Lee is because of that. They're opportunists, okay? They're like, oh, dude, yeah, the Lindy Lee, I'm sorry, but for me, like Anna Kasparian, like being partners with Lindy Lee, like all of her integrity is gone. Okay, she has no integrity left whatsoever after like partnering with this woman. Like, this woman is the biggest phony in politics right now.